I want to offer you one of the most powerful practices that can absolutely enhance your life immediately if you choose to go on this journey. It's very simple. You do it all day long anyway, and it's Abracadabra. It's the power of language and how we speak. And in our culture, it's so ingrained to speak to the negative, to connect through the pain and through complaining, gossiping, bitching, moaning. I certainly did. And then I learned something that I was not aware of, which is abracadabra. As I speak, I create. I create as I speak. So if we want new in our life, if we want new experiences, if we want change, if we want transformation, one of the most powerful and simple practices that we can do is to really notice our language. And this really ties in everything that I share on this channel around noticing how we're feeling in ourselves, looking for the highest version, being certain on where we're going, and speaking to that. Notice how often you complain and how you feel when you do it. Notice the thoughts that you have about yourself and how that feels. Notice how you label your environment. Something really simple I do with my groups. You know, people will come in and they'll complain about the weather. Don't we? If it's not too rainy, then it's too hot. Or, you know, it's not quite right, that weather, is it? It's got to be very specific for it to be perfect. And so I always challenge my clients to, every single morning, look out at the day. And bear in mind, I live in the Scottish Highlands. It's very grey, very rainy, mystical, magical. And I say, look out at whatever you're looking at and say, wow, what a beautiful day. And notice the effects on the rest of your day. And just as simple as that. It doesn't always have to be that deep. The work that I do is really deep, and sometimes just a simple little tweak in language then implants a new idea in our, I don't know why I always do this for subconscious, in our subconscious, in our back mind. And it shifts how you feel. If you're looking out into the world and you're seeing a bunch of arseholes or shitheads or idiots, how does that feel for you to be surrounded by that? If you look out into the world and you see people who are kind, people who are doing their very best with what they have, people who have families that they love, how does that feel? And what does that draw into you? Because life is magnetic. And if you are speaking to and labeling people as difficult and all of those other labels, then guess what you're going to keep experiencing? And it really is that simple. Whereas if you could shift your narrative and really, again, look for the light. I have a video about this recently, right? Like, look for the light in people. And there's deeper places to go with that. If all you did was watch your language and flip it, pause before you speak, and only speak what is kind and still feels true, right? There's ways of bridging. I've had a 7-hour drive today, and I was up early with my boys, and I'm now in England, and you'll have to excuse me because I'm feeling quite melty in this moment. And this is what came forward, because it really is about our expectations. There are expectations that are underneath the surface of our awareness. In my experience, that's always true. That's why conversation with someone is so powerful, because they notice those things that you're not seeing that are really creating an experience in you, a conflict in you. And this is what I do with people, is we look at those conflicts and we turn it into a connection, a deeper connection with you, which translates out into the world. Even without that, there are things right now, I guarantee you, that you are aware that you're doing based on what I've shared here, and that you can absolutely get into action on and get into commitment around today. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It takes effort to hold your tongue and not follow that complaining pathway. But what if instead of passing on judgment and painting people in negative lights, then we either didn't say anything at all. I'm sleeping. No, I'm not. We don't say anything at all, or we speak to the best qualities that we know of, because everyone's a both and. Everyone. We all have our moments where we're a bit thoughtless, clumsy. So can we find compassion when that happens towards us? Not be reactive. Not make it mean that person is a write-off or toxic. And now I'm thinking, this is going to get quite deep, so I'll stop there. And watch how you speak. That's level 1, right? Just start to notice, and notice how you feel as you speak. And then from there, are you willing to commit to shifting that? Being willing to fail and willing to fall and to recommit. There's a great book called The 4 Agreements, and I can't remember the author at this moment in time, but if you Google it, you'll see. And it speaks very clearly to this idea So I would invite you to get that as well. I am sending you so much love, and I will see you